Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and a privilege to accept this position as chair of Farm Mutual Re for the coming year. Farm Mutual Re, as we've seen before, was started in 1959, so this year we will celebrate 60 years of existence. That means we've had a lot of chairs, and each one of them had a unique style, personality, and gifts, and each one left their mark. I have benefited personally enormously from the wisdom and the expertise from my immediate predecessors. I joined the board in 2012 and have had the pleasure of learning from Bruce Cahy, Doug Crockett, Brian Downey, Dan Hill, Barbara Bethune, Terry Shea, Ross Lincoln, and Jeff Whiting. Most of these past chairs that I have just named had experienced the traumatic reversal of fortunes for FMRP, as it was called then, in 2008 and 9, and the long and difficult road to recovery. And there is so much institutional history, experience, and knowledge that was sorely missed when they left. But life goes on, and now Jeff Whiting's term as chair is also over. He too has been a good mentor and a friend with an irrepressible sense of humor. And he has done an excellent job as chair of the board, as well as serving as a key member of the succession committee. Thank you, Jeff, for the job well done. So that you have a little bit better idea who your new chair is, I want to tell you a few things about myself. I was born in October of 1945, just after the World War II ended, in a town called Dedemsvaart in Holland. The Low Countries were devastated by the German occupation, and rebuilding of the infrastructure and economy was slow and difficult. And by the way, the Dutch, the Belgian, and the French people have an enduring gratefulness and respect for the Canadian forces that liberated them. We saw that firsthand when we visited Vimy Ridge 2 years ago, and again last year with our daughter and her family on a Discover Your Roots tour in Holland and Belgium. After the war, there was a huge emigration of people from Western Europe to places that promised opportunity and freedom. Many came to Canada. I am the middle of 7 children, and my parents made the move in 1957 when I was almost 12. My family bought a farm near St. Thomas, and I was old enough to help on the farm after school, on weekends, and holidays. My dad soon got started in raising turkeys, as well as growing crops. Learning the English language did not take long for us kids, but was much more difficult for my parents. Went to high school in St. Thomas, and then the University of Guelph, where I obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in agriculture in 1969. It was there where I met and married Maria, the love of my life. I subsequently completed a Master of Science degree in plant physiology, and I came to realize that even though there were many things about academic life that I loved, my passion lay more in working with my hands and making things grow and harvesting them. So I joined the family farm in 1971 when my dad had to retire for health reasons. And during the last 40 years, I was also involved in leadership positions, both at the local and provincial levels in agricultural organizations, as well as educational and church boards. 2002, I was elected to the board of West Elgin Mutual in Dutton, and I received my education in mutual insurance under the tutelage of Brian Downey and my fellow directors there. I owe them a great deal of thanks. In 2012, the companies in Group 1, later known as Group A, entrusted me with the job of becoming a director on the board of Farm Mutual Re. Now, a lot of changes have taken place during the last 50 years in agriculture, industry, finance, in technology, in computerization, with the internet, social media, healthcare, and education, and go on. And the latest, machine learning or artificial intelligence. I can go on about advances in modern buildings, machinery, precision farming, $500,000 tractors and combines. We face extreme climate events, catastrophes, and total loss accidents that, because of such high values, now keep insurers awake at night and are at least partially responsible for the graying of Steve Smith's hair. Change is inevitable, and despite the pain, it can lead to renewal. Strategic planning is now more important than ever. This young lady, my granddaughter, is approaching the planning process with more enthusiasm than her opa. Our plans don't always work out the way we had hoped, though, and in the end, her glee was not justified, as I beat her in this game. As insurers, you and we at Farm Mutual Re are in the risk management business. As in chess, you have to anticipate what might happen. We have an enormously talented and competent staff, both young and more seasoned, and they understand that the marketplace is changing, and they try to position products and services to allow you to deal with and benefit from change. And this requires knowledge, leadership, and trust. When I joined Farm Mutual Re's board in 2012, Steve Smith gave me a book to read. It is called The Speed of Trust by Stephen Covey. In it, Covey makes the case that trust is the lubricant that allows commerce, organizations, and relationships to function effectively and efficiently. If there is no trust, there is suspicion, uncertainty, hesitation, leading to a slowing down and perhaps even paralysis. If facts and truth don't matter, then the basis of civil interaction and accomplishments melt away. And that is why we need to be concerned about the erosion of trust in government, politicians, institutions, corporations, and personal relationships. So when Steve encouraged me to read Covey's book, I was grateful because these values about truth, honesty, and integrity and trust, they resonated with me, and it showed me that the leadership at the top of Farm Mutual Re believed in those things too. Peter Drucker, another management guru, once said, I didn't know what he ever looked like until Elaine found that slide. Peter Drucker said that management is doing things right, leadership is doing the right things. And we as leaders can only do the right things and management do things right if there is that foundation of trust. It is essential that we communicate with each other, respect our differences, and try to resolve them with integrity so that we can deal with and adjust to change. There will always be threats and opportunities, and strategic planning is an ongoing necessity. Young people can learn fast and well. See, beat me in the second game. I believe the future is still bright for those who hold to the traditional values of truth, integrity, respect, and tolerance. Canada has given my family opportunity, freedom to work, worship, build a business, raise a wonderful family, and now to become your chair. I am deeply grateful, and I promise I will do my utmost to help steer the ship well this coming year. There have been significant changes at the Farm Mutual senior management level this past year. These changes have allowed for new people to come on board that have significant and beneficial industry experience and skill sets. They have integrated very well into our culture and operations. It has also allowed the promotion of people within our organization so that overall we are now a stronger and better organization. The biggest change from a board perspective is the upcoming departure of Steve Smith. And our succession committee has recommended a replacement for him that is obviously not a clone of Steve, but someone who aspires to the same values. And I look forward to working with you, JP. I see an important part of my job as chair this year to ensure a smooth transition between the board and the new CEO. We need to give him room to find his way, establish trust, and together continue to steer Pharmutual in the right direction. And my fellow directors are dedicated, insightful, and have a lot of governance experience. And together we will navigate this challenge. Tomorrow, we will confirm Bob Burley as chair of Oegema. That will place two farmers at the head of the mutual system's two main organizations. And I think you will be in good hands, as farmers are well-grounded and they are known to be outstanding in their field. Thank you. I look forward to continuing the excellent collaboration with Oegema, with the folks at Guy Carpenter, our reinsurer brokers, our reinsurers here and abroad, and of course you, our members. It is through collaboration and empowering each other in an atmosphere of trust that we will succeed. Thank you.